What's up guys, it's Chris back for Watchchris. Today, we're taking a look at a brand that you've probably never heard of. However, they've been around since 2015. That's because most of their watches have gone under the radar. However, today we have a watch to show you from DeSanders that I think will get some attention. This is what I would call an adventurer's watch. It's a GMT with a globe that's domed in the center. It has tons of layers and a really interesting case. It's an automatic, it's powered by an NH34, so that means it's powered by a reliable Seiko movement that is a office GMT or a military GMT, whatever you want to call it. This one that we're going to look at today has a gold tone case, so it's a rose gold tone case. They do make one in stainless steel. The name of this series is called The Voyage, and this gets a root beer dial. So this is almost a brownish red dial. The dial is very layered, and those layers almost look like they are floating. On the outermost portion, you're getting a minute track. As you come in from there, you're getting an hour track, and then all the way on the inside, you're getting a fully loomed track. That is the GMT. It says GMT all the way at the bottom. The name of the brand is actually on the hour track right below the 12 o'clock index. All three of those rings are loomed. Then at the very center of the dial, you have a domed globe. That globe is also very detailed. The continents are a little bit higher than the oceans. Lots of details going into the globe as well. It is a busy dial. However, I think they actually pulled this off. It kind of reminds me of an adventurer's watch, like I mentioned before. The hands here are also very bespoke, very interesting hands. They are stick hands, so they look sort of normal. However, at the end of each hand is a box. At the top of that box is a little chevron, and that's actually what points to the hours and minutes, and also that GMT time. This is all loomed, so all the hands are loomed, all those rings are loomed. You can't really see the GMT time in the dark because the nature of the box and how it actually sits against that GMT. The GMT ring is kind of small, so it's already a little bit hard to see the GMT time. However, the hour and minutes are very easy to read in the dark. There is no loom on the second hand. However, you could see that second hand moving across that fully loomed ring of the GMT, so you could see that your watch is actually working in the dark. The second hand is just a needle. Everything here really very well thought out and very well laid out. It's actually very legible and really nicely arranged. The case is excellent as well. The case has a stepped side to it, so there's a little portion that sort of sits out from the case just a little bit. It makes the case wear a little bit larger than it actually is. If you measure it at those portions, it measures in at around 41 millimeters or just under 41 millimeters. At the bezel, which is polished, it's a curved bezel. That measures in at around 39.5 millimeters. The lug to lug here is a very reasonable 47 millimeters. Thickness that I've measured is around 13.5 millimeters. However, on their website, they're saying it is 14 millimeters. It's definitely not 14 millimeters according to my calipers. However, 13.5 millimeters is on the thicker side, but you do have a somewhat thick movement in this watch in the Seiko NH34. As I mentioned before, the NH34 is a office GMT or a military GMT. All that means is that the GMT hand moves when you are setting the GMT time, and obviously a traveler's GMT is when you are changing the local hour hand when changing the GMT time. It's a little bit more desirable for some. Others prefer a military GMT. Crown is screwed in, so you do get a screwed in crown with this. 100 meters of water resistance. That screwed in crown has a little inlay in it. I believe it is plastic. However, I am not 100% sure. If I am wrong about that, I will put it down in the description below. You do have a screwed in case back, which is very engraved, very deeply engraved with a compass star. It looks really good, and of course, you have all the information on the case back. The case back is screwed in, obviously contributing to that 100 meters of water resistance. No display case back on here, and I'm really not that sad about that because the NH34, not a great looking movement. You do get a flat sapphire crystal on the front, and I think that looks really good. A domed sapphire crystal may distort some of the layers of this dial, and there are about 4 layers, so a flat sapphire crystal works really well. Price on this watch on their website right now comes in at $663 I'm not sure why they actually put it down to the cents. It could be because of exchange rates. However, that does come with 3 straps. The strap that this is on is a crocodile embossed leather strap. They give you a sailcloth strap and then a plain leather strap that has some pebbling on it, or at least that's how they describe it. It does come with a deployant clasp. It's a pretty generic deployant clasp. This one obviously in rose gold. It is signed. I could do without the deployant clasp. I would rather a tang buckle, especially if you're going to be switching between straps and they don't give extra deployant buckles. So I'd rather a tang buckle because it's just easier to switch between the straps. I would probably wear this on the sailcloth strap or the leather strap. The embossed leather, not really my style, so I like the other 2 that it comes with, although you do have this one for a dressy occasion. This is a very good looking watch, slightly on the thicker side, and like I said, a little bit of a generic buckle, but those 2 things, if they don't bother you, this is an excellent looking GMT, something a little bit different. It almost looks like a world timer because of that globe. Obviously it is not. However, it is a traveler's watch, so the theme fits. I really do think this is a very good looking watch. $663 is on the more expensive side when it comes to the NH34 movement. However, considering the amount of detail that you're actually getting with this watch, I think the price is right. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Lume on here is decent. It's not great. However, it does the trick. And of course, this is sort of a dress watch GMT. A dressy GMT is what I would call it. So having Lume is, of course, a bonus. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. They've done something very different and very interesting with this watch. It's not your run-of-the-mill sports watch or dress watch. It's an adventurer's watch, in my opinion. That's what I would call it. It's not really a field watch. It's just really adventurous looking, and I really do like that. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.